Hey.
Oh shit, I didn't do my gym bag. Alright. I think I'll do that in a bit anyways. Alright, so it's 9 o'clock. Oh, you can't even see the time on this. I never realized that. There you go. That's better. And why is it not full screen? I didn't change anything. That's odd. Maybe. Alright, anyways. Yeah, so I just got my tires changed and I went to the gym this morning, then got my tires changed. Last night was the first night in a long time where I actually got 8 hours of sleep. Felt so good. I went to bed about 9:15. Probably fell asleep at 9:30. Woke up at 5:30. I went to the gym. Steam room. I worked out, steam room, and stretched. Steam room for 20 minutes, stretch for 20 minutes. And then I went to my tire change appointment it was like quarter after. So I got that done. I'm just going to quickly go over my day. Last night I couldn't do these two, so I'm going to move these two to today. I'm transferring all my notes from one Google account to the other, so that's kind of been a pain in the butt. I got to recolor code them all. So let's see here. Today, is this pin? Should I just delete this? Yeah, because I got it in the video. Delete note, right? I've transferred those both to today. This one's pinned. Okay. What would Tommy do? Yeah, that's on there. And the other thing was input, yeah, right there, into Flopzilla. So the first thing, now I gotta meditate, read, and do the mental edge after that. I wish you could remove these in order or color code them, like red being important, orange being second, and then yellow just extra type thing. Anyways, I could do this actually right now. Update strategic mental reminders. I thought about this at the gym. My first mental reminder is keep an eye out on inject logic sheet, which is okay, but it's not specific enough. It should be realize when my emotions start getting off balance to go to that mental sheet. Realizing when my emotions get off balance is the important part. So I'll kind of put a line through it so I can still read it. Pay attention. Yeah, I'll just change it to pay attention to emotions slash inject sheet. I think that's better because I'll have that cue. Because I've noticed I haven't really reverted back to that sheet. Nothing really bad's happened. My second session, I got a little moody there because I was tired, but I'm proud that I pressed through it. I went to sleep in not such a good state of mind, kind of like questioning why I'm doing all this, but that's why I've been doing this mental edge for the last it's actually it's pretty much a month and a half now. The course started on the 7th of January, but I've been trying to reground myself for a month and a half right now. Hopefully I'll get my fucking speech back too. I'm always tripping on my words. Yeah, so I'm proud that I woke up and I still stuck to the thing. After my session, I ate supper, watched half an hour of poker, I read, I meditated, and I went to sleep. That's it. I did what I said I'd do, and that's all that matters. Eventually I'll improve over time, but yeah, I also want to talk about this. Last night I lost 2 buy-ins. I believe I played about 3 hours of poker. put strategic update, so that's done. Oh, yeah, I'll talk about last night's poker after. The second strategic reminder the first thing was update the mental ones. The second one is update the strategic ones. And I've realized if I need to highlight the pre-flop thought process. Part of my pre-flop thought process should be that I'll respect turns and rivers and big bets. That I'll come up with a c-betting plan to realize, hey, this is a spot I might be over c-betting before I even make my play pre-flop and be tied out of position. So all these three things, the first three things, respect turn river, consciously c-bet, and tied out of position should all be part of my thought process pre-flop. So if I highlight pre-flop thought process, it could funnel down into those three other ones. Just like I need to pay attention to my emotions, and it'll revert me back to my inject logic sheet. So I'm just gonna highlight those two things, do those two things. Yeah, last night's session. Yeah, I'm down 2 buy-ins last night, but that's okay. It made me realize too, if I want to go play live poker in a bit, dog open. If I want to go play live poker in a bit, only 30 hands an hour, 6 hours, that's 180 hands. What did I play last night? Less than half of that. So if I had a rough session like that last night, over twice the sample, it can happen at live poker too, and it has obviously before, but it was just a nice little reminder. So let's go all hands real quick. I want to try and keep this video short. Where is the Bandicam thing? That's weird. It doesn't. Did it show up as that? Oh, what the hell? Nothing is highlighted here. Now the Bandicam's highlighted, yeah, but then boom. Now that's not highlighted. Oh, that's weird. I've never noticed that. Anyways, all hands. So let's just see the ones I won. I didn't really win any big pots. The one I won was this one. Versus that guy who kept, the Saints guy, where is he? That kept betting pot. He's just so aggressive. He plays so many hands. Is this a good raise here? I'm pretty sure I raised this. Yeah. He called. Is this a raise or a fold? I don't think a call is right here. King high could be good against this air, but I don't. It's not strong enough to take to the river. But yeah. Here I thought he's got a whole bunch of draws and stuff that he could stack off with. Thought about clicking it back, but that's pretty much his entire stack. An extra 40. Should I just click it back and have him jam? And then I'm committed on all rivers? Because he can turn 7x into a bluff on a spade or something like that. Clicking back might be a little better. Because this guy's so aggressive and he could just jam. Does he realize he has no fold equity once I click it back though? A jam on my part looks a little more bluffy, I think, to him. I don't hate my jam though here. If he's doing this with bluffs like this and folding, then he's going to be committed with worse hands than king top pair, you know? 8x, 7x, 5, 6, spades. Probably like 4, no, not 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. The top end, which would be 9, 10, 9, 6. I've got a 6. that doesn't really change much because his hand his range is so wide. So yeah, jamming's okay. So yeah, that was the biggest hand I won. What was this one? Yeah. Just want to quickly go through this. I checked it back. Is that okay to check it back here on a wet flop? I want to be betting a lot of my value hands. This should be a value hand. Just King Jack is kind of like the bottom. King 10 off here is the bottom of my range. Maybe I should check back King 10 off and just see bet this. I think this is his 2-street hand though. So maybe I should go bet, check on a wet flop. That should be my general strategy. I think bet, check for value. Yeah, I think I should be betting this flop. What hands am I checking back? Obviously, queens through nines, ace 8. Ace 8, queen. I don't have ace 8 under or hijack. I have ace 8 suited. Ace 8 suited. What other 8s? I have 9 8. 9 8 I want to see bet just because he calls out of the big blind, so he can have a whole bunch of. His range is a little wider. He's got. I need to deny him equity, I think, a little more at these passive stakes. Yeah. This could be bigger. I check back the flop. I think if I bet big here, it kind of looks bluffy. I got 4.5 here. The hands he's calling here with are static. Like 8 9, ace 8, 8 7. I think whenever I check flop, he leads the turn with his like jacks through nines, because the boards brings 2 flushes. 6 8 somewhat coordinated. So I personally would lead the turn with my jacks through nines there, even my ace 8. Obviously my king X. Do I want to check raise as the big blind here with king X ever? If I had, the thing is you can't really have king X's diamonds, king X's clubs, because they're both there. I would like to check raise the turn with a hand like 7 9 suited, and then bomb the river with them to balance my kings. I don't have to think about balance at these stakes though. Oh, I'm kind of getting carried away. This is not what I wanted to do right now. But I'm just going through these hands. This range is polarized here, no? What did he show up with? 8s. So he thought he had the nuts. He put me on like what? Yeah, he probably put me on like queens through jacks. Maybe a 6x, 5 6 or 6 5, ace 6. Did I just fucking call that? Yeah, I just called there. The fuck was I? Oh no, okay, I raised. Good. And he called, okay. Phew. I lose to nothing except for quad 6s. You can't have quad kings. I only lose to quad 6s. One combo. That's interesting. I lose to only quad 6 here. He can have 8 8, obviously. He can have 8 6. He can have I chop with all the kings. He could be like just he could just level himself to call with like with jacks. Jacks, tens, nines. I'm just never folding this. Alright. But yeah, bet the flop. If I would have bet this flop, he had pocket eights, right? He would have checked raised. That's kind of like results orientated, but still. He just calls here with eights. If I check twice here, I'm check raising eights. I'm hoping this guy has, yeah, pot control, king X, or turn to flush draw, or ace. Do hands like ace jack of clubs, ace queen of clubs, because you want to go to showdown? I don't think so. You have to bet those to deny equity and get value for the times when you do hit your hand. Alright, so yeah, my point is that those were my two biggest wins. Which my amount one? My amount one. Oh, okay, this is Canadian money, and this is the actual money. So yeah, there's that, and then I ran into these two bad hands. This pretty much sucked up all my winnings. There's a lot of medium-sized pots that I lost. I didn't realize that though. This one's just a cooler. I like my turn check. Did I have a reason to think he was aggressive? Yeah. So far, why not? No C-bets. 3-bet calls. What does his color range here look like? Like broadways, not obviously no premiums, but like the broadways, pocket pairs, nice suited connectors, suited aces, a lot of suited kings up to like king 8 suited, stuff like that. I like my C-bet size. I think he's not folding any pair of the flop, any made hand. I have all sets here, Jack 10 suited. Do I 3-bet Jack 10 off, 18%? No. King 10 off, ace 10 off from the small blind. This is what I use as my small blind 3-betting range. I'd add like weaker aces like this if they're overfolding to 3-bets. To re-steals, I should say. Whenever I bet flop big here, a smart player should see that it's kind of polarizing. Is it polarizing? I don't know, I'm getting lost in my thoughts. But I like to check, the turn check, to kind of protect my range too, not that we versus these guys. I see him betting like, yeah, it's king jack, queen jack, jack 10, jack 9. Maybe they pot control a jack 9, jack 7, 10 9, 10 7. You can float the flop with pocket sixes. I'm now behind like 7 9. I'm behind 7 9, 8 6 suited. 10 6 suited, jack 6 suited? No, I don't think so. So it's kind of a blank, I think. Just 10 9, 9 7 suited, I mean, and 8 6 suited. There's only one combo. Is there any one combo? No, there's not even one combo ace six suited, but I wouldn't have realized that at that time. Eight six of clubs not available. Diamonds, spades, heart, yeah. So there's no 8-6 suited. I'm behind that. I'm ahead of that, you dangus. Duh. I've got a set. So I'm just behind 9-7 suited. And slow played queen 9 suited. But I'm not drawing dead versus those hands. And he, yeah, I like my check raise here. Check jam. Yeah, he's never folding ace jack, king jack, queen jack, jack 9, jack 10, jack 8 suited. Is there a jack 8 suited? Yes, there is one combo. The clubs. And he's definitely not folding that. He's not folding. He has no 6 suited. So I like that. He's betting all those hands and he's stacking off with them. If I'm doing it with this hand, I could be doing it with aces here with this play. I block ace jack. I block ace 10. He has no 10-8 suited. My thoughts are all in a mess. I need to come up with a way to break down, like, what pairs do you have? What two pairs? And just mindlessly doing this. Alright, I get it. So yeah, the point is, I was put in two big rough spots. Same with this one. I'm thinking I should have bet the flop here. Bet the flop here and then the turn. If I bet the flop, I gotta bet the turn because I think his move was strong. That he was a tight looking guy. Go risk. I know I shouldn't have said I wouldn't want to do this, but I just want to know what my thoughts are. Okay, he made it 25. Call. Low coordinated board. He's a passive. This is what? This is jacks plus ace king. Maybe queens plus ace king. 3-bet 9. We'll give him jacks plus ace king, maybe some ace queen. The thing is, I thought I had no fold equity here, but I think using this specifically with the clubs as a bluff, I have to start applying pressure to his hands that maybe like tens if he does have it, jacks. He hasn't check raised either yet, so I don't think he's a guy that would check raise this flop with like aces or kings. That's what scared me at first. I thought I had no fold equity and that he was like check raising there with that and just check calling with ace king. So yeah, bet flop and then ace king. I don't see him, yeah, with his big over pairs, he's not checking this flop. And so there's a lot of scared turn cards if I bet this flop and he calls with ace king. Even ace king and get ace queen to fold. King queen to fold. Yeah, so I think bet flop, bet turn, and then give up. Do you think he calls, check calls, flop and turn with ace king? I doubt it. He's got 16 combos of ace king. Nope, because I got one. He's got 12 combos. No. Yeah. 3 and 4 is 12. 12 combos of ace king and 18 of over pairs. 24 will give him jacks. That turns a good turn though. 2012 has to work about 33% of the time. If I bet half pot has to work 33% of the time. But he never ever, he rarely checks the flop with his over pairs, so I'll give him half the combos. 10 combos of that. Yeah, so if I bet half pot has to work about 50% of the time ish, rough math. You know, it has to work 33% of the time, but it will work about 50% of the time. So we'll take a stab here, especially with a backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Bet flop, bet scary turns. Because he's never checking flop roll pairs. So flop, bad hand. Okay, cool. Why did I bet? I bet the river because I thought he had like a hand like nines, tens, queens or something that was just pot controlling. But his big over pairs like queens plus c-bet the flop for sure. If he does he 3-bet there with like nines? I don't think so. Because I 3-bet the button. He just cold calls that pre. I really don't know. I expected him to bet the river too with ace king. Kind of just a passive guy. He wants to make a hand and then he value bets it type thing. And it's the heart too, so maybe that's why too he checks the river because it's the ace of heart. Thinking if he bets it, then wow, I'm only gonna get called by flushes because he folds a lot. So c-betting the flop would be good, but he hasn't c-bet. He folded c-bet yet. When I called his 4-bet though, that's a strong move. I'm calling there with my entire range pretty much. Do I want to jam there, aces and kings? I'm definitely not jamming their aces, but maybe like queens I'll jam. Hoping he has ace king. Again, I'm getting messed up in my head. Let's just get out of this. So yeah, I got through all this. So today, where's my to-do list? I'm gonna do the read meditate right now. I'm gonna do this 4 hours. Yeah, Blake explained that I need more plans. A plan for whenever I'm tired. Sure, poker would be a good idea. Alright, this is enough. It's almost half an hour just gibbering. What's the next thing? I'm gonna record me inputting these ranges in. Doing a little session review. I'm not gonna record myself watching this. I'm gonna take notes. Maybe the first episode wasn't full notes. I know I'm blabbering again, but I might as well make it about a half hour. Just gonna quickly go over this. So this is first, then this is second. This green tea, and then mental edge, and then I'm gonna come back to this. All right.